Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back with Eldrazi ramp on the play for game one. Initially, I was thinking playing Tron today, and then Tron won the Super RC Challenge, or the RC Super Qualifier, whatever it was. Like, I feel like A, people are going to be playing a lot of Tron, and B, plenty of people are going to be prepared for Tron. So I went, well, how about we don't play Tron while also being prepared for Tron? So, felt like a decent option. We're going to play Windswept Teeth, fetch for a forest, play Utopia Sprawl on red, and pass, and pass. Marsh Flats fetched 19, Sacred Foundry Shock, looking like energy, it is indeed. We will draw a second Rumble, I will cast Rumble, finding... And I kind of want to go for the lab, but we don't need lands at this point, do we? 1, 2, 3. I guess we draw into a Summon of Value spell we can kick, so we'll grab the lab, play the Sanctum, and pass, and pass. I guess I should hold an off chance they Galvanic Discharge the spawn. Bloodstrand, fetch 16. Otherwise, we can sandbag a turn and go K return. There's a Johnny, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Guide of Souls will trigger. Once they stack the triggers, that is. Order really doesn't matter here. But yeah, we'll definitely sweep. Alright. Guide of Souls will attack, always yield. Down to 18. We will draw. So we're going to go Rumble. Green, hold the red. So we draw into, then K return after, leaving a 5 in hand, and leaving us with setting up for a kicked Myco. I guess actually we can Rumble after the K return. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, float green, Ghost Quarter Rumble. That way we have the spawn left over and set up for the Myco. Another lab. So in that case, 1, 2, K return, trigger Johnny. Play the Ghost Quarter and Rumble. We'll grab another Sowing Myco at this point. And pass. And again, hold in case of a discharge. Flooded Strand, fetch. Sacred Foundry, shock. 15 for Flage. Flage target the token. We'll sack in response and pass. Submit a value spell or temple. Perfect. That allows us to kick the Myco spawn and grab a Bojuka Bog. So we'll hit the Sacred Foundry and Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog, target you, yield all. In retrospect, though, we could have probably waited a turn before doing that, given that we were kicking. Yeah, I guess actually going for another temple or even a surveil land may have been right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, we can play everything in our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So it's kind of a moot point. But probably could have waited a turn. How many basics have we seen? Just the one. They should have one more basic, probably a mountain left in deck. Maybe two. Just something to keep in mind. We'll pass in full at this point. There's an Arena of Glory, an Ocelot Pride, and a Bombardment. Okay. We'll draw. I will play Lab, no Imprint. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So I mean, we'll kick, hold up the Ghost Quarter, maybe. Yeah, we'll hold up the Ghost Quarter and probably grab a Surveil land at this point. Yeah, that's my thought at least. No Imprint. And opponent will scoop it up. We'll take the win for match our game one. Let's go to game two. So bring in Heat, Dismember. We can trim out a Rumble. Honestly, we can trim out both Ghost Quarters. We don't entirely need them. Keep everything else. There's some argument to maybe bringing in Flutes. Flutes can be kind of interesting in this matchup, though not entirely necessary, I would say. So we'll just run it back as is. I imagine we'll be on the draw for game two. Opponent is duo queuing in the Pioneer Challenge, so they might be a little bit delayed when it comes to passing priority, but they chose to play first. The hand's okay. We can keep it, though, since we have some early interaction. I'll pass. Sacred Foundry Shock 18 for Guide. We'll draw another K command. Commercial District Surveil, Rumble Top and pass. And pass. Might be an argument for pitching the Rumble, just because we're probably going to sequence Stomping Ground Talisman into holding up Heat. Especially if they play a Johnny here. We'll see, though. The Rumble does help with the Ice Still, being able to dig deep later with double K command. Goddess Souls will connect. Down to 19. No follow-up plays, which I find a bit interesting. We'll Stomping Ground Shock, Talisman, hold up the Heat, and pass. Marsh Flats fetch. Elegant Parlor Surveil. Possible that they have a Blood Moon in hand. Wouldn't put it past them. There's Flage. Flage will Helix. In retrospect, I probably should have hit the guide prior to its resolution. We'll do that now, though. No, let's take out the guide. We'll pass. They begin at 20 and 0 energy instead, which I think would have been relevant. They could fetch Surveil, but they still wouldn't have enough in yards. We're good for a turn. Most likely we'll Rumble here, unless we find a Soul Land, maybe? We don't want to play the Ice Still. Yep, we'll start by Rumbling. Rumble. There's Bajukabog, there's Emrakul. I kind of want the land. So we'll Bajukabog and get rid of the Flage. I think I also will Talisman here, and then Bajukabog. Bajukabog target you and pass. And pass. And there's Arena. There is Legend of Roku. Exile 3, there's a Johnny, Pyro, Arid Mesa. Add 1 mana of any color, return it to the battlefield under your control. It's 4 mana. We'll draw. There's Stomp. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking about just going for K command here. The Ice Tail's a little bit sketch. So in that case, I think I will Stomping Ground, Shock, and pass the K command up. Ones like this where the Ice Tail being crystals would definitely be better by comparison. No doubts about that. We can definitely get rid of Legend of Roku pretty easily, so I'm not too worried about that either. 2 cards in hand, an Arid Mesa. How does this read again? Until end of your next turn, you may play those cards. So you can play the Arid Mesa, the Johnny, and the Pyro. They also get additional mana, so they're up to 6 mana right now. Interesting. Arid Mesa fetch down to 20. There's a Johnny. A Johnny will trigger. There's Pyro. Pyro will pitch 2, draw 2. Makes 2 elementals. Pitching Ocelot, Pride, and Ragavan. Go to end step. We are going to K command. X equals 4 and done. Another K command, Misty Rainforest, Temple. Temple's kind of interesting. We also do have Devourer of Destiny. I think I'm gonna go bottom, top, and draw. We will draw. You want to hold up probably a red and green here. I mean, if they orange chant here, we can still play through it for a K return. Because at this point, if we can just sweep the board, we should just take control of the game, I think. Draws the K command. We'll K command, ramp, and scry draw, leaving back red and green. X equals 8. There's the K return. There's Emrakul. Can I do something interesting here? We don't have a land, so no, I can't. I was thinking if there's a way for me to play the Ice Tail into Emrakul, play a land, mill the K return, but I don't think so. So Sprawl bottom. Actually, no, there is. We have a Rumble here. So we can do something fun. We have 5 types in Yard. We actually should have kept the Sprawl then. 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. So it shouldn't matter in the grand scheme. Because what we're going to do is we're going to draw into the Rumble. We're going to see the Emrakul K return. And we're going to take the Emrakul, of course. So Heat bottom. Mycospawn bottom. Ice Tail bottom, Gemstone bottom. We top, we top, we top, we draw. We then will Rumble for the Emrakul. Emrakul. And 1 and 2. There's the K return. There's the Emrakul. We'll sweep the board. A Johnny will trigger. And our turn, comrade. There's Charmaw, Pyro, another Arena of Glory, Ragavan. Legend of Roku will flip. Firebending for, not too worried about that. So I mean, we will Charmaw, Haste Charmaw. Do I want to play this Arena of Glory and just have it be exerted? Kind of tempted. So we could double exert, or we can fetch with a Flooded Strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One short of the Roku. But we can K-command the Roku. So I'm not too pressed about that. In that case... I mean, I think we just double exert, or we just set up their next draw. At the very least, we're going to exert the Charmaw. Charmaw ATB. We'll have it pop the Bajuka Bog so I can get that back. We're gonna go to combat, attack with Charmaw, go to blocks, block with Charmaw. Or block the Charmaw. And then do I fetch... I guess fetch Fail to Find is the same idea as the Arena Glory Exert without giving them a land drop. Yeah, we'll go Flooded Strand, fetch. And we could set up their top deck with Elegant Parlor, but I don't think I will. We'll just Fail to Find. What? Why is it not letting me Fail to Find? Methinks that MTGO's bugged. Oh, but I guess I have to. I'll give you an Elegant Parlor, Surveil, Damping Sphere. Sure. I'll pass. And pass. Yeah, so apparently Fail to Finding is bugged. That's cool, I guess. We'll draw. They chose not to play the Damping Sphere. That's interesting to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have a reason to play this ice still here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can exile Roku and ramp. So lab. In response, let's exile the Roku. We'll leave back green, 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 red. And done. Yield all. Roku down. And opponent will scoop it up. We'll take the win. Alright, well, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. I will... kind of awkward, but I will keep it. It's awkward just because we want to both fetch and devour but I think I'm just going to devour and then fetch on 2. It's not the end of the world, though it is kind of annoying. We just sequence a bit differently is all. Alrighty. But we'll mulligan down 2/6. That is promising. I'll reveal Devourer and trigger. Honestly, I almost want to pitch all, to be completely honest. I almost want to pitch all. But I also only have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Like, I'd love to see Ice Till, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Eldrazi. I guess I grab Temple. Yeah, I'll grab the Temple. Go Temple, pass. In that case, we'll go... Oh, no, we'll go... Yeah. Blood Crypt, Shock. For Inquisition, probably takes the Talisman if I had to guess. Yep, makes sense. Draw. I don't know about the Temple. We'll go Temple, fetch. We'll go Forest for red. Inquisition, red, black. Interesting. The first thing that pops into mind that plays Inquisition is Necrodom. It's been a while since I've seen Inquisition main. We'll go red. And we'll pass. And pass. Prismatic Vista. Oh. Interesting. Prismatic Vista, fetch 17 for a swamp. Croxa. We'll pitch the K return. Interesting. We'll draw. Talisman. In that case, I almost want to keep a card back in addition to the Devourer. I'm going to play Temple. They don't know about the Talisman. So I think I'm going to play the Sprawl instead. Go double green. And pass. And we'll feign that we have a Cake Man next to. Thoughtseize will take the Devourer, as thought as being sneaky, but clearly not. We'll draw. Kicked Maiko. Love to see it. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6. Talisman. Kick Maiko spawn. For Bajukaba, get rid of Croxa. Bajukabog you, and pass. It was like a Rakdos midrange pile. Okay. Bloodstainmire, fetch 14, surveil. Season Pyro, pass. I just need to draw into some action now, though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can cast pretty much everything in our deck. Bolt Maiko, that's fine. K return will hold and pass. Sounds like my tea is done. It will have to wait. Polluted Delta. Casting a Rag. Go to combat. And K return, rag down, and pass in full, rag dash, and draw. Commercial District surveil, rumble top and pass. Blue Delta fetch 13, surveil. Keeps it on top. And pass. 2 cards in hand, finds Liliana. We discard cards, you discard your push. We draw. Let's start with Rumble. There is World Breaker. I will grab Breaker. K return, World Breaker hit Theater. No, and no, and pass, and hold. Want to play as Polluted Delta. You can minus Liliana, but we'll just sacrifice the spawn and pass and draw. Another Rumble. We'll cast Rumble. There's Devour. There's Cyrus 7 Death. And but we'll scoop it up. We'll take the win. So yeah, this is very much Rakdos mid-rangey. Interesting. I wonder if I can find a list that plays Kroxa. Titan of Death's Hunger. In Modern. Rakdos mid and Rakdos Reanimator. This one's more of a hollow one list. But maybe there is... Okay, this looks right. By Combo Corey. 4 Ragavan, 3 Kroxa, 4 Orcish Bow, Seasoned Pyro, Shieldred, Liliana, etc. Yeah, so this looks right. Damnation, Void Mirror, do not care about Void Mirror. Price of Freedom, though. Damp Sphere. I guess we bring in Heat Dismember. K-Return hits Ragavan, Bowmaster, Pyro, but does whiff on the Shieldred unless it's already in yard. So we keep the Bajukabog for sure. Number of basics should be around 3. They also have a Blood Moon main. I mean, honestly, we could probably just keep it like this, and I think this would be fair. Yeah. Like, we also maybe could bring in Disruptor Flute. Instant speed, naming Liliana seems decent, but just decent. We'll run it back like this, I think. Alright. This is very mid-range. Nothing really to say much more than that. Hand's kind of meh. But we find a green source pretty good. We'll keep it. We will keep. We will pass. Blood Crypt Shock. Is it a Thoughtseize? It's an Inquisition, so they take the K command. No reason for them not to. I mean, yeah, they're playing about 6 Seas effects, so it makes sense. Need to see a green source here. That's not a green source. We'll play the Temple and pass. And pass. Arena of Glory. 5 cards in hand. Huh. It's a hasty Ragavan, no dash. Instead, Ragavan will connect and pilfer. Oh no, it's a dash. They did not exert. It's a Devourer. That's fine right now. We draw. Another Sowing. Really could use a green source here. Could dash Ragavan again. Like, even a Talisman would go a long way here. So any untapped green source. Either that or another K command would be solid. Opponent will exert this time. Is this a Charmal? I didn't see Charmal on their sideboard. Nope, they're hasting the Ragavan. Are they hasting something else on top of which? Bolt target me? That's fine. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. Down to 13. Finds the ice still. That's okay. We're missing out on the green source. I need to draw into a green source. We draw. Okay. Well, sometimes play the numbers and sometimes the numbers play you, and we are getting played. Marine of Glory is exerted. Opponent has 5 in hand. Ragavan will connect down to 11 at a minimum. And Ragavan will find... Yeah, it was about time they found one of our green sources. Finds Talisman. Playing the Talisman makes sense here. No reason for them not to, unless they need all 4 mana. Opponent is thinking. Very hard, apparently. White mana. Blood Moon. Well, shit. We'll return the Ugin to hand. Blood Moon will land. We do have a K return now, funny enough. Man. The game is hating on me right now. Go to combat. We'll fire off the K return. And we'll pass. Ragavan down. I mean, they're also short on black sources, except for that treasure, so this gets a bit interesting. We draw. Oh, now we find the K command, for God's sake. We pass. I swear, opponent, if you locked us both out of this game... I need either Talisman or Forest now. We should have roughly, what, 6 hits off the top? Paying cost for instant speed. Kolaghan's command. There's a Ragavan. Ragavan will pilfer down to 7. And find Stomping Ground. That's fine. We draw. Dude. I'll pass. I will pitch the Sprawl at this point. We pass. What is happening? This is ridiculous. Ragavan will pilfer down to 5. Kozilek's command, that's fine. Draw. We'll pass. I'm dead to Croc. I guess I'm not dead to Crocs. I'm dead to Bolt. I'll pitch Ugin, Eye of the Storms. We're now 6 away from Emrakul. Dash the Ragavan yet again. Down to 3. Ragavan pilfers. Devourer, that's fine. Do you have a bolt? Just end my suffering, thank you. Okay. So that's a loss for game 2. We 1010% died to variance there. Holy hell. Let's run it back. That was so bad. The fact that Ragavan also hit a Talisman at one point just makes it that much worse. That's so unfortunate. Like, if we just got that Talisman, then we would have been able to Myco spawn. You would have been able to Rumble. We would have been able to just go off. Take them off of their black sources. Everything would have been golden. But variants had other ideas. It is what it is. On the play for game 3, I will keep. Well, let's see K Command or Rumble off top. Reveal Devourer and Trigger. There's Sprawl, there's Heat. Let's go Sprawl. I will play the Temple and pass. And pass. This will allow us to go Forest, Talisman, Sprawl, and set up for the Myco spawn after. We'll take the Talisman. Rip. We'll draw. Go Forest. We'll stick with a Sprawl plan. And go for red. And pass. And pass. This way, if we draw into another soul land, we can kick. Otherwise, we're setting up for Devourer. Thoughtseize takes the Myco. Opponent has all the land hate, or all the hand hate, rather. Surveil. And draw. World Break. Play the Verdant Catacomb. They play Blood Moon here. Do we Surveil or do we go for a green source? Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. What does Ragavan pilfer? Ragavan pilfers a forest. That's fine. End step. Fetch Verdant Cat. For a commercial district surveil. Emrakul to yard. And we'll draw. There's a rumble. We will rumble. There's Shifting Woodland. I will take the Shifting Wood. And we can start doing some fun things next turn. Play Shifting Wood and pass. So unless they... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We actually have a few things we can do next turn. If they don't have a Blood Moon and we find a land, we can Emrakul. Otherwise, if we don't find a land, we can just grab or go for Emrakul in yard, start being in the face for 13 a turn. Seems pretty good. Paying cost for Bolt. We'll sack in response. So now we're 2 short of Emrakul. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 short of Breaker or Devourer. Imagine you take the Emrakul here. I don't think you can risk me drawing into a soul land into Emrakul. Genuinely. I don't think you can risk it. Five. Taking the World Breaker is weird, though. Unless you have the Blood Moon. Polluted Delta fetch for another swamp. That would tell me Blood Moon, then. Yeah, it's Blood Moon. Nope, Ragavan. Okay, interesting. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. Sowing Myco spawn, that would have been nice. And we draw into a rumble. In that case, I am thinking, do I go Emrakul, clock them? I think I do clock them here. So we're just going to go Emrakul. And put them down to 1. Unless you have Surgical. You do not have Surgical. We'll go to combat, swing for 13, and pass. Opponent's now at 1, with 3 unknowns in hand and a Ragavan. If you have a fetch, you can't use it no more, and if you Blood Moon me now, we have a Rumble to go digging. What say you, opponent? The Shifting Woodland win me the match. Opponent will play the Ragavan, clock me down to 13. Pilfers, a Sowing Mycospawn. I mean, you can't kick the Mycospawn, thankfully. You can search if you have a Bojuka Bog in your deck, but I don't think you do. Second main. Again, 3 unknowns. And at least 2 of them did not have a way to meaningfully interact with Emrakul. Price of Freedom is sorcery speed, and if they have the same sideboard as this list I'm looking at, the only thing they would have at instant speed would be 2 surgical if they brought it in. But again, otherwise, we just go Shifting Woodland, target Emrakul, and clock them for the final bits of damage. There's Mycospawn. You can go searching. Unless you have a Bojuka Bog in deck, I don't think it's going to matter. There's Takanuma. Mycospawn on board. Ragavan back to hand. So 2 unknowns, we draw. There's another temple. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know what? I think we're going to play it safe and play around the potential surgical. It is Emrakul for real this time. K-return, sweep the Mycospawn. We take control of their turn, and opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. I will keep... Oh, this is interesting. So, Stomping Ground, Surveil, or not Surveil, Stomping Ground, Sprawl, Imprint, Devourer. Oh, this is very interesting. I think I pitched the Emrakul. I think that's right. We get the dig 4 deep, another 2 deep of K command if we want, or remove and ramp, and Rumble dig 4 deep. Yeah, so we pitch the Emrakul, and done. Reveal, and pass. Opponent starts with the opening 7. So he's Stomping Ground, Sprawl for green. Arid Mesa. Arid Mesa pass makes me think that this is Storm. Arid Mesa pass definitely makes me think this is Storm. Okay. So Stomping Ground, Shock, Sprawl for green. Storm on a 7 keep is a bit rough for me. We'll see. Arid Mesa, fetch, Elegant Parlor, Surveil. Yeah, this is Storm. 1000%. Maybe not. Meticulous Archive. Maybe not Storm. Hold up. Is this Blink? Jeskai Blink, maybe? Scouting Time? Passing? I mean, either ways, we're holding up the K command, right? Either way. Bojuka Bog, kind of wish you stayed in deck. We'll hold up the K command for potential Felia. Scouting turn, fetch 18. Hollowed Fountain, shock. Yeah, this is blink. Tease a blink. There's the Felia. Let's take a look at a blink list real quick. It's been a minute since I've looked at that. Felia will resolve. It doesn't look like they have added force, so we can ramp and exile. Felia is down. Alrighty, right. We shall pass. What say you, opponent? You got a Quantum Riddler in hand. Next turn we can kick a Myco Spawns, then back a turn, set up for Rumble the turn after. Seems decent. Blink still plays like 3 consigned memories main, so I have to be mindful of that fact. Arid Mesa fetch 15. Are we gonna play a Flage here and Helix a spawn? That is a possibility. Keeps me off of 6 mana unless I draw into a land. It is a Flage. Helix a spawn. We'll sack in a response. Yeah, but Jukabug. Yep, we'll sack in response. No life gain for you. And phase change. I'd love to see. I guess if we don't even want to see a land, we're just going to probably rumble the Jukabug. We'll draw Ugin. Well, there's a reason why we play Ugin. So, oh, this is interesting actually. How do I want to proceed? So we go Myco spawn, find a land. Yes. Cast Myco. Yield all. Grab Temple. Bajukabog target you. No response. 2, 4, 6, 7. We have Ugin next turn. If they stop the Ugin, we have 2, 4, 5, 6. We're short by 1 on the Devourer. Steam Vents. Tapped. Could have consign ups. We're not going to play the Ugin yet. There's Talisman. Let's go to combat. Attack with the Myco spawn. In that case, let's start by playing the Talisman. And then Rumble. There's an Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short this turn will pass. We also have Devourer primed as well. And we can kind of just sit back and just keep on clocking them with Myco Spawn until they're forced to do something. There's Felia, that is fine. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We probably just devour her next turn, honestly. Unless they tap out, in which case we Ugin and just win. But I just don't foresee a world where they tap out here. That'd be very surprising. There is Solitude pitching to Fairy. Sure. Exiling Myco. Sure. 2 left in hand. Paying cost 4. Quantum Riddler draw 2. Yep, makes sense. I'd love to see that blue source tapped out. Sacred Foundry. Shock to 10. Felia will flicker the Quantum Riddler. No blocks. End step, Riddler will draw. Yield all. Riddler will trigger. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll return Devourer to hand. And draw. Sprawl. I don't think they have anything they can really do to my lands. I guess they play a Wrath, but I'm not too pressed about that. We're green. Devour the Quantum Riddler, yield all. Do you have consign? No consign. Okay. Interesting. I mean, at this point, we're probably just going to Windmill Slam the Emrakul then, right? Opponent can attack with Felia, flicker the Devourer, smack me for 3, but I'm not exactly too pressed about that. Is this a hard cast Solitude? Flage will resolve, Helix a spawn. Helix me down to 15, up to 13. Okay. And then Felia attack. 3, 7. I mean, we can block the spawn here. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we can just block the spawn. Not too pressed about that. Felia will flicker, holding up 2. And we'll draw Stomping Ground. Let's go to combat. Attack with Devourer. And let's cast, is it Ugin? Ugin exile Felia. Felia down. Ugin plus draw a card. Verdant Catacomb, play Verdant Cat and pass. Yeah, I mean, if you were sandbagging a consign, you would have definitely played it. The other option, you might be sandbagging a Solitude. Solitude Ephem. But I don't think it matters no more. Not with Ugin on board. Ugin's pretty much a GG in this matchup. That's the entire reason why we're playing Ugin in this deck at this point. Let's say you, opponent. Lethal might not be on board, but it's pretty close. And Flage did buy you a turn, but with this Ugin about to hit 11 loyalty, not much. Discharge. Discharge will resolve, sure. Knock Ugin down to 6. Okay. Flage. Helix Ugin down to 3. Ephem. I mean, now we just Windmill Slam Emrakul, and if they have a Solitude in hand, we win. Yep, you got it. Choices have been made. I don't think they're the right ones, but the Ugin did its job. End step fetch. Commercial District Surveil. Sanctum of Ugin top. And we'll draw. Sanctum of Ugin. Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. Sanctum trigger, Emrakul trigger. I'll say yes. What do we grab here? Honestly, I'm thinking a Devourer of Destiny, maybe? Yeah, that another Emrakul. Let's go with another Emrakul. Always good to have a backup Emrakul. Clock you for 6. The 7, Ephem. There's a Solitude we were playing around. Good stuff. We'll keep that in exile for you, friend. Fable. Main. We'll just cast the Solitude. Solitude trigger. No targets. And pass. And pass. Alright, what say you, opponent? You got a Fable and one Unknown. But we'll scoop it up, we'll take the win. Alright, win for game 1. Let's move to game 2. Now, I will note that we do not have Strict Serenade, which definitely will help in this matchup. Though it's not the end of the world. So we will bring in Heat Dismember. Honestly, we can just go Rumble Ghost Quarter out, and I think we're fine. How many basics do you run at this point? 3, 4? Yeah, we don't need to go for the Ghost Quarter loops. So I think this should be fine. We could also argue maybe bringing in Vexing Bauble, but for Solitudes, that's kind of about it. Looking at the sideboards of this deck now. Yeah, we're good. We good. Not seeing any forces, not seeing any subtleties. Not having subtlety makes sense right now since there's not a lot of Titan on MTGO. Yeah. It would make sense to me. We can make this work. We will keep. Opponent will mulligan down to 6. I think we're actually going to imprint the Emrakul. The current hand doesn't really allow us to angle towards it unless we find a Rumble off the Devourer. Yeah. Reveal. Pass. Steam Vent Shock to 18. Could be a Strict Serenade, but it is a Ragavan. And that is one of the better starts that you can have in this matchup. Temple. 2, 3. Kind of an awkward start, if I'm being honest here. You don't want the commercial district because Ragavan's going to pilfer anyways. We could grab the Temple. You want to start with Lab into Emrakul into Impulse. We could grab the Forest. Yeah, I think we'll grab the Forest here. We'll draw the Forest. Imprint the Emrakul. Cast the Talisman and pass. Next turn we might just play the Mycospawn as a blocker. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. What does Ragavan pilfer? Ragavan pilfers Ugin. That's quite unfortunate. Do they hold up Consign? Riddler. Could still have Consign off the Treasure. And Ephem. No more Consign. But they do have a Riddler on board, so we definitely want to accelerate towards this Devourer then. World Breaker also good, as it does have reach. We will go for red. And then cast Mycospawn, not kicked, yield all. We want to play around Charmaw, so we're not going to go for a Soul Land. We have enough mana for Devour next turn regardless. So I'm thinking you could go Shifting Wood. It's definitely not a payoff right now. The other choice, of course, is going for a fetch. That way, if you draw into an Ice Till, we can ramp. We'll go for a fetch. I think that makes sense. And we'll pass. Rebound. Do you want to draw more cards off the Riddler? Or do you want to clock me for 4 down to 13? You know you want to draw cards. It's what you're here to do. You're not here to win, you're here to draw cards. That's what this deck is built for. Let's be honest here. This deck is so you can say trigger and I draw more cards. Flooded Strand, okay, up to 3. We could World Breaker if they tap out on blue. Solitude, Pitch Flage, 2 in hand. Will exile the Mycospawn. A bit aggressive, but curious. Could be because they have a Charmaw. Flood Strand, fetch, down to 17. I mean, my thought would be connect with Ragavan, then Charmaw my lab, maybe? But instead they're going to haste something. What are you hasting? Riddler. Oof. I mean, that is 10 damage down to 10, but we'll draw, what, 3 cards? Yeesh. That's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. They'll have a blue up. I mean, you have to go Devourer then, don't we? 2, 4, 5. You don't have to fetch. I also might not want to. Is that another Ephem? Prismatic. Well, now we have to fetch. 2, 5, yeah. End step, Riddler Warp. I will fetch down to 9. Stomping Ground tapped. Riddler Warp. Draw. Unholy Heat. That does make it interesting. So we can do a couple things here now. 3 cards in hand. We can Devourer the Riddler. And we have a blocker for the Rag. We can Breaker, which is a blocker for the Riddler. No, I think we need to Devourer here. I think this is the correct play. 1, 2. Devour Riddler, yield all. I mean, if they had a consign, they would have held that up rather than using the prismatic ending, let's be real. They're also down a land since they hasted the Riddler. Solitude, pitch to Fairy. Exile Devour up to 15. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. And Ragavan finds Cyrus 7 Death. That would have been nice. Do you have a Charmaw? You do not have a Charmaw. Talisman of Impulse. I mean, at this point, do we play the Breaker? Or do I hold up for Heat? The benefit of the Breaker is we can hit the Arena of Glory, though it does play directly into a consign. They have 2 cards in hand. We're not exactly at risk of losing this turn, so I think the Breaker is correct. Breaker, let's hit the Arena. I'd rather you not have access to that utility land. No Consign. We have a blocker for the Rag. They've used 2 Solitudes at this point. Other 4. Do you have more Solitudes? Yeah, we definitely want to hit the Arena of Glory. That way they can't haste a Thalia to blink or flicker the World Breaker, for example. Gorilla draw card, Arid Mesa, passing, and draw. K command's pretty good. Do I want to cast the Talisman here? You want to hold up a red source at the very least. I want to know whether or not this resolves prior to... Do I even need to do that right now? If we're going to hold up the Heat, maybe not. I'm going to wait for the fetch on the Arid Mesa. We're going to go to combat. Attack the Breaker. Start pressing the advantage here. Down to 10. Go to end step. Do you crack the Arid Mesa? You do. In response, I'm going to ramp and scry draw. Holding up a red source for the Heat. So there's Emrakul, there's Rumble. Ooh, hold up. So we're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, yeah. So we're going to go... No, we can't do it in that order, can we? So we can go... Bottom, top, top, top and draw. Arid Mesa will resolve. We now get the hold up Heat. Opponent will surveil. Do you find the Flage? Flooded Strand, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 14, 15. So even if you find a Charmal and hit a Soul Land, we still have enough for Emrakul, not to mention the Rumble. We're going to heat the Rag, call it a day. Rag is down, 3 in hand. And second main. Paying cost for Flage. Flage will Helix targeting me down to 10 up to 12. Okay. 1 land or 1 mana up. Let's start with Rumble. There is the Emrakul. I will play the Gemstone. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Emrakul. Leave the lab up. That way you can return Emrakul to hand. Clock you 4, 5, down to 7. Double Ragavan. Alrighty. We'll draw. Snow-covered plains. We'll go to main. Riddler. Let's go dashing. Well, actually, let's first do Ragavan 1. And then dash a Ragavan. We're going to keep the hasty one. We're going to go to combat. Attack with the Rag. And block into the Emrakul. I mean, next turn they can play Flage, but that's about it. dash trigger, and we should be good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are too short on the Emrakul under lab, but I don't think it's going to matter. So you have a plains and an unknown. Opponent will scoop it up, and we'll take the win against Blink. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Well, there's... Oh, this is interesting. We're keeping it. We're likely playing against Titans, so we're going to keep this for early Ice Till, and then go digging with K-Command and pray that we find Ghost Quarter to try and Ghost Quarter lock, or we mill enough to get the Emrakul. This will be an interesting one if I am correct, and this is Titan, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Nathan only plays Titan. They've mulliganed down to 5, which is promising here, but never discount Titan. They can mull down to freaking 0 cards and still win. Talisman, pass, and pass. T is a forest. T is an amulet. Yup. Already in danger. So we go Verdant Cat fetch for a forest. And now we Ice Till. Verdant Cat, mill a card, forest, and pass. So we're going to fetch Surveil to get more looks, and then we have K command next turn to go digging. Urza K, 4 in hand, end step fetch, Commercial District Surveil, Mill Surveil, K return and yard, Rumble top, and draw. I will start with Rumble. There's Talisman Bajuka Bog. Honestly, I mean, I guess I grabbed the lab just out of principle. I'll grab the lab. There's 4 types in yard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So in that case, how do we want to proceed? Temple Mill, Emrakul in yard, 5, 6, 7, 8. Verdant Catacomb. No, the Verdant Catacomb doesn't make sense here at this point. We'll just forest. Yeah, I think it is forest here, though I guess Verdant Cat does mill too. Verdant Cat mill, there's Rumble 5. We have K command next turn. I was gonna hold the K command. End step. And hold the K command X, what, 5? Please do not find a way to kill me. That'd be really nice of you. I do need to try and hold up this lab, though. We're going to fire off the K command regardless, but I don't want to have this lab either beside you while it's tapped. So we're going to have to hold it up if we do fire off the K command. You're also going to want to fetch for a Stomping Ground in case they beside you regardless. Crumbling Vestige. That's 4 mana. I'm in danger. I'm in danger of a Scape Shift. Yeah. No Scape Shift. Oh, thank God. Verdant Catacomb fetch. Stomping Ground tapped. Mill. I guess I should have actually untapped, but this is fine. 2. Ice Still Ghost Quarter. We go top draw. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, we have shenanigans. We have all the shenanigans. Return to hand. Okay, let's confirm one more time here. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we can do fun things. So we will start with the Ice Till. Ghost Quarter. So we're going to stay at 7 no matter what. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can play 3 lands. Right? So that was land number 1. 2, 3. So I'm going to play a Forest, Mill, Sanctum. Okay. At this point, we have one more land drop, I believe. Triggers. Yield all. And opponent scoops it up. So at this point, what we can do is we can Ghost Quarter a land out. Then we pick up Ghost Quarter again. We take control of their turn. And then we Ghost Quarter fail to find. Yep, we good. Okay. And for game 1. And go to sideboard. Because I think they run between 3 to 4 basics, so it's kind of hard to tell. Looks like Nathan's list runs 3. Okay, good to know. What the fresh hell do I have to do for Titan again? We bring in Unholy Heat, Fade, and Pray. Actually, Flute's good here, too. Return out, for sure. Trim a Rumble. Fade is okay. Do I want that many fades? That's what I don't know. It's just the fact that sorcery speed makes it so much worse by comparison is the problem. We could trim down an Emrakul. Do they have Endurance on the side? Or Bajukabog? They do not. Huh. So in that case, we might be fine keeping Emrakul in. Honestly, maybe I just drop the fades for the flutes. The heats are kind of interesting because there are times where the heats can catch a Titan. So maybe we do just drop the fades and lean heavy into these Ice Tills and flutes. Yeah, let's do that. Run it back. Can we 2-0 Titan? Interesting hand. I mean, double K command's pretty good. I lack green sources for the Ice Till here. I will keep... We keep our opening 7s. That's concerning. Saga off the start. Sprawl, not a good time for you, friend. We'll pass. And hold. Saga trigger Forest for early Aftermath is a bold move, Cotton. But that scares me that's what you did. I mean, we, without any hesitation, are going to Scrydraw Exile or Ramp Exile? Ew. I will Ramp Exile the amount of K commands we have. Yeah, we Ramp Exile. Done. Aftermath Analyst gone. We hold on the off chance it's relevant. 2 mana, 3 mana Spelunking. Yep. That's 2 of their 3 forests. That's pretty good, but we don't have Ghost Quarter nor the ability to play this ice still. We'll draw. Shifting Wood comes into play tapped. Big rip. Shifting Wood, hold up the K commands, and pray? 3 cards in hand? Yeah, there's not much else to do. Hold up K command and pray. This K command X equals 4. Golgari, Rot Farm. I will say until end of turn. And until end of turn. I mean, they have enough for Titan and then some. There's the Titan, yeah? So, Lotus Field, Crumbling Vestige. They can only haste 2 Titans right now. The Aftermath Analyst is offline, which is good. We can exile the Mirror Pool from Yard using the K commands as well. So if they sacrifice Mirror Pool, targeting Titan, we exile the Mirror Pool, and that should stick them at just 2 Titans. Yes. That would be ideal. So at the very least, we're probably going to get clocked for 12 and double Besaged. Vesuva? Oh, you son of a... Well, that complicates things further. They were smart. Thankfully, we have 2 K commands. There's no point in hitting the Vesuva in Yard. Yep, that resolves. Shit. They do have Echoing Depths. Wait, can Echoing Depths hit Vesuva and Vesuva becomes a Mirror Pool? Is that how that works? I actually don't know that interaction. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. We should have a turn, but we're also going to get at least clocked for 12 and double Besaged. No doubt there. Shifting Woodland, I don't care about. In response, we will K command ramp exile cards in Yard. So we'll exile 4. Let's see. Cruel Turf, Crumbling Vestige, Saga, Mirror Pool. Done. And done. Yield all. And there's another Titan. That will yield. So now Titan will probably grab T-West Lotus Field? Why are you grabbing T-West? Why are you grabbing T-West? You play 2 Aftermath Analysts. Well, shit. That's a problem. But you need a way to bounce the T-West now. Or you can just go GSC. Yeah. That's an option. Aftermath Analyst, mill. You don't have the mana, so we're going to have to go K command now. Ramp and exile cards in yard. You have 4 types in yards. We take the Aftermath Analyst and what? Lotus Field? Yes. Done. We pass in full at this point. I mean, there's still the hurt's still here. Let's be clear, the hurt is still here, but we're not dead. We're not dead is the biggest thing. So at this point, we're passing full. I got nothing else. Have fun. So they go for another Titan at this point. We got rid of both Aftermath Analysts. So they shouldn't be able to combo kill me, at the very least. I don't think they can. No, I don't think they can kill me this turn. But they're definitely going to hit me for 2 Besejus. That much is clear. There's a Titan. So now we're going to get the Handweir plus a red source. There's the Handweir. Oh, interesting. Only hasting 1 Titan? Weird. Otawara picks up Beseju, clocks me for 6. Beseju, yes, for commercial. Oh, that's right. Tainer only gets 1 untap because of Spelunking. You're right. No, wait, that doesn't work, does it? It comes into play untapped. Titan has it come to play tapped. Shouldn't they be? Yeah, they should still be able to Amulet Vigor, right? Am I crazy? Shouldn't they have been able to double haste? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The problem is this Otawara does not, or this Cyrus Sentinel does nothing. So we bin this. Okay, so Spelunking just has it come into play untapped regardless. Draw. Well, that's a bit late when we're looking at 24 damage, eh? Land you control, enter untapped. I think the land has to state that it enters tapped. Yeah, I think it has to state the land enters tapped, but because Handweir does not have that line of text, it defaults to Spelunking. Versus if it was Simic Growth. No, so you can't choose with Handweir is the problem. Handweir doesn't come into play untapped. It doesn't have that line of text. Titan brings it into play tapped. There is no choice. No, I think that's why. It's one of those strange interactions that's not horribly intuitive. Either ways, we lose this. We're going to concede. Let's not play to the point. All right. Rumble in, Gemstone out, and the V send it back. Yeah, it's why Titan pilots need to be very aware of how their decks or how their cards interact with one another, because incidental cheating does happen a lot in paper. But we're on the play for game 3. This hand is stupid, but I think it might be keepable. I'll keep. If it wasn't on the play, that'd be a bit more sketched, but I think if we draw into a land, this might be gas. We need a land, though. We draw Stomping Ground Shock, Utopia Sprawl for green, and pass, and pass. To the forest, Amulet, pass, draw, Devourer. We're gonna have to rumble then. Yes, we will rumble. Grab the wooded foothill. See, I want the ice still, though, is the problem. I want the ice still so desperately, but I think I have to go for the wooded foothill. I guess we could go for the lab. Actually, we can go for the lab. Yeah. Go for the lab. Lab, we imprint the Devourer. We play the Talisman. We sprawl again and pray that they don't have a Boseiju in hand. we have to pray they do not have a Boseiju. And we pass. If they have a Boseiju, we're so ripped. I mean, we're not like end the world, but it still is going to be rough. How many types do we have in Yard? 1, 2, 3. 3 types? There's Urza Cave. Is it Boseiju? GSE 1? Grazer? GSE 1 or Grazer? Yeah. GS 1 Grazer. Finds Crumbling Vestige. Do you have the Boseiju? You do. No, you don't. Thank God. We draw. Oh. Hold the phone. Okay, things just got interesting. So green all 6 leaves green. So if I go tap 6, leave a green, can I get to... No, I don't think I can get to Ice Till and Myco Spawn, right? So have we played a land for a turn? We have not. So we have 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7. 7 minus 4 would be 3. No, I think we can only get to Ice Till Myco Spawn non-kicked. And I think we need to kick the cave. Yeah, we can only go 1 Ghost Quarter. So I think the better play is Myco kicked, grab Ghost Quarter, and hold a turn. Then play Ice Still and Ghost Quarter 3. Yeah. I think we have to go Myco kick, Ghost Quarter, hold. I think that's the right play. The question is actually, do we hit the cave or do we hit the forest? I think there's a world where we hit the forest and not the cave. Yeah. So I think we go kick. Might go kick, hit the forest. And then we hold Ghost Quarter. And now we can hold for a bounce land. Yeah, so now we just hold. There's the bounce land. Now we hit the bounce land. At this point, we pass. They pick up the Vestige, and they pass. We draw. Temple. We do not need to play Temple right now. Go triple green, Ice Still. Ghost Quarter. Mill a card. Myco Spawn. Would have liked that. It's okay. So now we Ghost Quarter. Hit the cave or hit the forest. They should have 3 forests. We see 1 here. We can hit 2 more forests, or 1 more forest after this, right? So we hit forest, they grab forest, we hit forest, they grab forest. So I think we hit cave. We'll hit cave. Cave grabs a forest. We play Ghost Quarter, mill. Emerald Cool to Yard, and at this point we pause, go to combat, swing with Myco Spawn. This is gonna get interesting. There's Crumbling Vestige. So now they have 4. I wonder if I should have actually exiled the Vestige for this exact reason, because it does act as a bounce land, but is not as interactable with Ghost Quarter. Because they could Scape Shift for 3 here. T-West bounce land Lotus Field I don't think does enough, not to mention we can hit the T-West with Ghost Quarter. So I think it's still fine. There's the scape shift as we assumed. So this will resolve. Maybe we should have hit the forest, because all 3 forests would be out. That's assuming that they're on 3 forests. I mean, their most recent list is 3, but they could just as easily have a 4th that I don't want to risk is the problem. Because we haven't looked at their deck. There's Echoing Depths for Crumbling Vestige. Oh, this gets so interesting now. I mean, we yield all here. Maybe I should have hit the forest. I don't know. So they must have the Titan in hand. Packed. There's Analyst. Now they have the Cave. So now you Analyst. Yeah, I may have messed up by not hitting the forest. Beseiju on Ghost Quarter. Well, shit. They have double Lotus Field now. The thing is, it actually didn't matter. It didn't effing matter, and here's why. No, I guess it... No, if I would have Ghost Quartered one of their lands, that would have just left them with Lotus Field, and they had the Pact in hand. So they still would have been able to Aftermath Analyst. It didn't matter. God damn it. Freaking Titan. Float. Yield. Now they have the Cave in Yard. The thing is, if I would have hit the Vestige, it wouldn't have mattered, because then they wouldn't have had to have Beseju'd. They would have still been at 4 left over, because they wouldn't have had to use the extra mana anyways. I mean, at this point, we yield to all. Oh, so if we had Ghost Quartered their Vestige... No, Ghost Quartering the Vestige would have gotten them only 3. No, you're right. You're right. If we would have Ghost Quartered the Vestige before the untap, then yes, that would have worked. 2 forests were out. They would have played the Vestige for turn. We Ghost Quarter the Vestige. They get the trigger. They're at 3 mana. Yes, that would have been the play. Yes. Yeah. No. So yeah, I think they win here, because they have a second Aftermath, not to mention they can go for... Well, do they win here? Can they OTK me? I'm pretty sure they can. I'm pretty sure they can OTK me with this Shifting Wood, because they have 2 Lotus Fields. It's always going to be targeting the Aftermath Analyst, so they can strip my board of everything but 3 forests. Can they OTK me? I'm pretty sure they can. I'm fairly certain. Ah, man. Yeah. Pretty sure we're dead. Because at this point, they generate infinite mana. They have infinite Besejus. They sent me back to 3 forests plus a spawn. At some point, they can Urza Cave a Otawara. And rinse repeat, putting me down to 3 forests plus temple. Yeah, they have access to the entire deck. Not to mention the mirror pools. Yeah, we'll just concede at this point. We're dead. Yep. Yeah, that's such an unfortunate way to lose. We had a winning board state, and I just fumbled it. I was sitting here thinking, okay, they go for Lotus Field, Bounce Land, T West. That's not an issue. We can pop the T West. Not thinking about the fact they could have the Summoner's Pact in hand primed. The move was, in response to the Vestige, untap trigger to hit it with Ghost Quarter. Because then, unless they had a 4th forest, they would have failed to find, had 3 mana. Meaning they would have need to have had a Grazer plus a bounce land in order to win at that point. You know, even then, I don't think that would have been enough because bounce land would have just, yeah, no, would have had to been Grazer into another Vestige. Yeah, Grazer into another Vestige. No, I guess bounce land would work. No. Well, no. Yeah, no, it would. Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. We had the win in sight and we punted it just because I was like, well, what can they do? Like, if they go Lotus Field, Lotus Field. No, I should have looked at the fact that by Ghost Quartering they would have only had 3 mana. That's what I should have looked at it as. I literally have their list up, and I see 3 forests. Of course, we can't say with a degree of certainty that this is 100% accurate. We hope that it is, but we can't see with a degree of certainty. But maybe I should have just relied on the non-public info. And it's not non-public, it's public info. But I should have relied on the info that I was working with and went for it. Damn. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. With that being said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, we're back for match number 5 on the play for game 1. Suppose their opponent's on Azorius control. They are double queuing in a draft league. Hand's a little bit meh. The Kira does confirm control. We did unfortunately cut our Cavernous Souls. We'll see if that kicks us in the butt later. Do I keep this? We have the Devour to dig. We have green sources and color sources. So I think the answer is yes. We'll reveal Devour. Our opponent keeps 7. Let's see what we find here. Ice Till's appealing. The only issue is we don't have another green source after. Alternatively, we have 2, 4, 5, 6 with Talisman. So we could go Talisman. And then if we draw into a land, we can start Windmill Slamming, Devour, or Sire. And potentially start beating face. The Ice Still is very tempting, but I think it might be a trap, so I'm going to go for the Talisman here. I will play Stomping Ground tapped and pass. And pass. Hallowed Fountain tapped. And draw. Temple. Talisman and pass. Finding a Myco spawn off top would be brilliant right now. We draw. Orange Chant. I hate that card so much. Sprawl, Imprint, Emrakul, and pass, and hold. Land, 3, Tef, resolves. Bounce Talisman back to hand, draw a card. Yep. Pass and draw. K command. Interesting. We have to play K command now. Talisman. Sprawl. For green. K command for 2. And done. Sanctum Commercial District. I don't like the Commercial District right now, but I do like the Sanctum. Put that on top. Play Sanctum for turn. And pass. And hold. Teferi plus. We're going to Devour Teferi unless they play a Narset. Do you have Worm's Chant? You do not. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Temple. Devour of Destiny. Target Tef. Sanctum trigger. So right now we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Very tempting. I'm going to say yes. The question is, what do I grab? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm tempted to grab a Myco spawn here so we can kick. I'm not sure even kicking matters, to be honest. Actually, it kind of does. I have an idea. We're going to grab the Myco spawn. I do have an idea. Devour Resolve. We will pass. Actually, do I pass here? Or do I play the Myco? Do I want to kick? Do I need to kick? I don't think I need to kick. I think I instead can play Myco, grab Shifting Wood. But then the Labs taps, and no. We'll save. We'll save. This gives us plays next turn regardless. Misty Rainforest Surveil. Plays Brain Surge. Do you play Terminus? You do play 4 Terminus. Did you put a Terminus on top? You did. Yes, Terminus will resolve. Does a miracle. Yep. Any order. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, too short. So we're going to probably just pocket it. End step. I'm going to actually say Emrakul. No, we shouldn't Emrakul to hand right now because I think Narset Days Undoing. Do you play Days Undoing? You do not. So we don't have to worry about Days Undoing then. In that case, Emrakul to hand. We'll draw. Talisman. I'm going to kick Myco Spawn. Myco kick, hit a blue-white. Yield all. Rainforest fetch. Surveil. And Brain Surge. If you Isochron Scepter lock me, that would actually be big sad. Maybe I should have Emrakul. No, I guess we couldn't Emrakul. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we couldn't Emrakul anyways. I am going to grab... We could Disrupt Surge with Ghost Quarter. My other thought was to grab Shifting Woodland. That way, even if Emrakul gets countered, we can start beating face, is the other thought. This one's kind of rough. Shifting Woodland or Ghost Quarter to Disrupt. There's no guarantee the cards that they pitched back they even want, though. But maybe. The other problem is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have the Talisman as well. So no matter what we grab, if we go for the Ghost Core, then we can't play the Emrakul. So I think I go Shifting Wood. And then Talisman. And pass. So now we are guaranteed the Emrakul next turn. And even if they counter it, then we can always make the body and start beating face, is the thought process here. Unless they exile to Solitude, I suppose. I guess that's true. Do you have the Isochron Scepter lock? Narset. You do not. Narset goes digging, finds Teferi. Draw. Isochron, not Isochron Scepter, Ormschant. Yeah. Ghost, or Isochron is offline. We can't attack. Shifting doesn't matter. We pass. 2 Ormschants down. Narset goes digging again and finds nothing. That was very lucky on our part. I mean, I imagine they have a Solitude in hand, if I had to guess. Is this Big Tef? It is Big Tef. Draws a card. Plains. Do you have another Ormschant? That is the question. Draw. No Ormschant. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can't play Mycospawn. It's not like they play Ephem, so we're going to just hard our Winnow Slam the Emrakul here. Emrakul. Trigger resolves, the body hits board. We're going to go to combat. We're going to swing at Narset. There's an Opt. Opt is fine. Swing at Narset or swing at you? That's actually a good question. Pain, cost, path. Okay, don't give us an option. We'll search. Forest. Okay. This gets interesting. A fetch? Oh. This gets fun now. Okay. So, we can do a lot here. So we can Teferi Tuck itself. We can... I don't care about this force at all right now. But we can Teferi Tuck itself. Brain Surge. So do we want to Brain Surge first or before? We draw 4. Teferi can Tuck itself. 3rd from the top. So Brain Surge first. Teferi Tuck itself. Shuffle away. Is that right, I think? So let's start with Brain Surge. 1, 2, 3, Brain Surge. Draw 4. Return 2. Telling Time. Look at the top 3 cards. We don't want Orange Chant or Telling Time. No. So Orange Chant, Telling Time can go back. Then we Teferi target itself. Arid Mesa fetch. Shuffle them away. We can then archive, and we can basically set up their top deck. Yes, I think that's correct. Archive, surveil. Terminus to yard. And we'll pass. And pass. So they have path, they have force, and a ton of lands. Oh, you know what I could have done? Shit. I could have, I think, played Kahira and... No, it would have been 6. I don't know if we actually had enough for that. We had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, we didn't have enough for all. So close. So... Trying to think here. Can we get another type in yard with Myco Spawn? I don't think we can. Do we have a Surveil land left? We do. Hold the phone. So if I... Do I even want to do that, though? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We just Emrakul again? So I think we just attack Emrakul. Yeah, let's start off attacking Emrakul. We swing first. There is a thought that if we... No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, we're good. So we swing with Emrakul. We play an Emrakul. We know for a fact they have a fetch in hand. And then we just fetch on their turn. We're good. We're good. We don't need to complicate it. There's a world where we play Myco Spawn, and then we surveil into a type for then shifting woodland to attack, but this makes it a lot more simpler. We know for a fact they have fetches in hand, and we just fetch for 1 and win. So this makes it simpler. Cool. Cyber Plan for Control, Disruptor Flute in, Heat in... Okay, return out. Fade from Mystery's not fast enough through an Isochron Scepter. But Jukabog can go. A Rumble can go. Is there a world where we bring in Trinisphere or Bauble? Trinisphere and Bauble are tempting here. Bauble mainly would just tax the Isochron Scepter lock. So I'm not sure if Bauble's worth it. But some number of Trinisphere might be. Some number of Trinisphere might be. They play how many basics? 4. So I don't think going for the Ghost Quarter loops makes sense here. Let's bring in the Trinispheres and run it back like this. Interesting hand. It is keepable. We will keep. I will reveal. I will pass. Trigger. There's Cake Man. There's Myco Spawn. I mean, Cake Man X2 is great. A Myco Spawn kicked isn't necessarily great here. So I think we go for the Cake Command. Draw the Cake Command, we'll imprint the Sire, and we'll hold the Flute. Fledgestrand fetch down to 19, Surveil, I'm going to hold the flute. We draw. Rumble. I think I want to hold up Flute K command. Imprint Devourer. Again, hold up Flute K command. On end step, we'll K command. If they play something like Narset or Teferi, then we flute. The problem now is that this is likely just going to be a counter spell into the K command. And I think we use it as permission for the Rumble, given that they don't play many forces. This is probably correct. And done. Paying costs. There's a counter spell proper. We draw Sanctum. We'll play a forest. Actually, Rumble. Breaker. We could put Breaker to Yar, but I think we pick up the Breakers. It's one of our few castables here. And we pass and set up with Sanctum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types in Yard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're one short of Emrakul then. Opt resolves. Misty Rain. We can name Consign to Memory right now. The problem is they also could just have Orange Chant, and us trying to play around the Consign wouldn't matter, is the problem. So I think we just let it go. We'll draw. Trinisphere. I will cast Trinisphere. Paying cost for counterspell. I'll play the Verdant Cat, and I will pass so we can surveil. I have 4 cards in hand. We could name Consigner Chant here. I'm just not sure if it's correct is the thing. Because they can play through Flute now with Consign. Same thing with Chant. How they can even kick Chant next turn if they find a land. So I feel like Flute might be better to name a Planeswalker, like Teferi. So I think we're going to hold. I think we need to be really specific about this Flute. For example, they go for the Isochron Scepter lock. In response to the Isochron Scepter, we name Isochron Scepter. They tap down their other mana, so they then can't activate it, and then we world break the Isochron. I think we have to be very selective here. This is definitely a bit of a waiting game. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Go to end step. Fetch Verdant Cat. Commercial District Surveil. Stomping Ground to Yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw. Myco. Sanctum of Ugin. Kick Myco Spawn or World Breaks. They both have the same end result. The difference being we can crack the Sanctum. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're still going to be one short of the Emrakul unless we find a land off top. So I like the idea of kicking Myco Spawn and ramping here. We'll hit the Meticulous Archive, yield all. Mycospawn will hit board. We could grab Shifting Woodland yet again. It does have some applications. Otherwise, we can go Temple. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think we go Shifting Wood. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we'll go Shifting Wood. Because now we can theoretically grab Trinisphere with Shifting Wood, which is kind of interesting. 3 cards in hand, up to 4. There's an opt. And opponent scoops it up, we got the win. Whew. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match number 6. Alright, we're back for match 6. On the draw for game 1. We'll pass. Triumph Pass likely going to mean a Scion on 2, which is pretty rough for me. I wonder if I should have Ghost Quartered. The problem with Ghost Quartering here on 1 just means that we're set so far back. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. It would have meant that they couldn't play the Scion on 2. Maybe? I think if we're on the play, I'd say yes, but on the draw, I'd say no. I mean, the Ghost Quarter loops aren't going to mean much here. If this was a Chrysalis, funny enough, this would be a lot better, but it's not. I think we put this to Yard. We draw Temple into Rumble, grab Devourer, and pass. And I suppose hold in case they Flage Helix spawn. Another Scion. I mean, this is a clock. Draw. Another Rumble. I mean, we can Mycospawn, kick, and ram, but is that going to do us any good? Maybe. Mycospawn, kick the Triome. How many basics do you play? 2? 3 types in Yard. They don't play Consign main, but they do play Bolt. Temple Garden. Tapped. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I need to angle towards Emrakul here. Either that or I don't know. Something like Sire 7 Death, Worldbreaker. Yeah. So I'll go Temple and pass. And hold on the off chance it's relevant. Because this is lethal on board. Down to 7, we draw. Other Temple's not what I need. Shit. So we can Rumble. The only problem is, of course, is a Stubborn Denial hoses us. And we'd be looking specifically for Emrakul or for Sire. I mean, I think I have to, right? The other option is the K command, X equals 7 instead. It allows us to dig deeper. We'd have 5, 7. We'd be short 1 Emrakul, though. So 4 deep, have access to Emrakul and Sire, 5 hits. Or just access to Sire. There's also the idea we could Rumble over a K return. I think we have to go Rumble then. Play Shifting Wood. and Rumble. Do you have a Stubborn Denial? We whiff. Kicking Mycospawn does nothing. We're dead on board is the problem. I don't think we have anything then. Rumble everything. 5 types in yard. Yeah, we got nothing, do we? We can't get a Sign of Draco. No. We'll concede. We either need to hit Return, Sire, or Emrakul. Those were our only options. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We still would have been one short of the Emrakul anyways. We'll concede. Zoo, lost for game 1. Go to sideboard. So, for Zoo, let's take a look-see. We want Unholy Heat Dismember. Cut the K returns. Keep the Bajuka Bog. Trim out a Gemstone. So we can bring in 1 or 2 more. We could trim out an Emrakul, given they play Kavu, right? Yes. Sideboard, Consign, Strict Serenade, Ashiok, Charmaz. I mean, Fade does hit Binding, does hit Sign of Draco. Trim out an Emrakul. We also could go Flute, but I feel like Flute's not as good there. So maybe 2 Fade in and run it back. Okay. On the play for game 2, we'll keep Fetch, Surveil, Rumble. Yeah, if we're on the play last game, I think Ghost Quartering their Trine would have been the play. Would have kept them off of Sign of Draco on 2. So unfortunate. And that's kind of what I always talk about. The play draw really does matter in Modern right now. Arid Mesa, fetch 19 for Ragavan. Yep. Don't like that. Surveil. Heat Top. Temple. We could Rumble, but I think I'm just going to go Temple, hold Heat. Land, combat, heat, target, pass. Draw. There's a thought to go Myco for Ghost Quarter. That way if they Flooded Strand fetch for Trine, we hit it, keep them off of Scion on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That might 7, 8, 9, 10. It would. It would keep them off of Scion if we went that route. The only problem is then we don't have any castables next turn, so it's a bit of a give and take. Other option is to Rumble. Not to mention they could have Consign up, so I think I'm just going to Rumble here. Play the Forest and Rumble. Ugin Stomping Ground hits the Fade. We take the Ugin and we hold. Fleshran fetch. Surveil. No Triumph, so no Scion. Fleshran the Yard, so they have lands in hand. Bolt resolves. Rude, but fine. We hold. Arid Mesa. You want an Arid Mesa fetch for a Flage, he looks me? Or there's a Blood Moon. Nope, Flage, this is perfect. We yield all. Down to 16, we're going to Bojuka Bog them. So kick Bojuka Bog. We'll go for green or for red. I'm thinking we go for green. We kick the Mycospawn. The next question is what we hit with Mycospawn. We can take him off 2 basic types. I think we do go off the Temple Garden. The only downside here is they still have double red for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of want to play around Charmaw, so I think I have to play around Charmaw, so we have to take off double red. Yeah. Take off double red. Bojuka Bog. Flage out. Yield all. And pass. There was a world where maybe going for a Ghost Quarter would have been to play, but I think that worked out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can play the Sire, but it means tapping down to Ugin. Let's go to combat first off and foremost. Swing for 3. Down to 13. So we can Sanctum of Ugin. And Sire. Yield all. Do you have Consign? You do, as expected. So, Sire, Ugin out. We have Ugin for next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Yep. And we'll pass. Floodstrand fetch 12. 2 in hand. There's the Triumph for Scion. Bolt, end step, return Ugin to hand. Draw. Malevolent Rumble. I think I'm going to start with Rumble here. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I don't like the idea of playing Ugin here right now, if I'm being honest. I was hoping to find something off of the Rumble. We just found bricks. Grab Temple. Charmaw's already discounted in full, so no harm in just playing the Temple here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we just play it. Ugin. Trigger, no targets, yield all. You have another Consign. You don't have blue, right? Yeah, you don't have blue. It's moot point. Yes. So we can go Breaker, Devourer, and that way we can just get rid of the Leyline Bind they're about to play. But we'll scoop it up, we'll take the win. Bring back the Gemstone, trim the Rumble, and run it back. This hand does nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're gonna mulligan. We will keep. Oh, this is weird. I think I pitch a K command. Yeah. As good as that card is, I think pitching a K command's right. Done. Pulling mulligans down to 5. That's promising. Down to 4. Okay. Do you go down to 3? That'd be wild. That'd be absolutely wild. 4 on the play is rough. Reveal Devourer will pass in full. Flooded Strand, no Ragavan, trigger. Myco spawn for sure. Though this Rumble gets countered, it's a big oof. I still think we go for the Myco though. Play Verdant Cat and pass. And this way we can hold up heat. Flood Strand fetch Triome. It is the Triome. Flooded Strand fetch is a Scion 2. Scion 2 might just be enough. It's a Kavu. Kavu's fine. We'll pass and pause on end step and surveil. Wooded Foothills top. I will draw. They can't play the Charm on next turn, so Temple's safe. Go Temple, Rumble, Lab. Set up for the kicked Myco, and pass. 2 types in yard. Kavu will clock me for 5 down to 14. Next turn we have a Myco kick on the Triumph to shrink it to 2. I'd really love to see that Steam Vents become tapped though, prior to us casting. Otherwise, we might go for K command X2 and see if they counter the K command so we can heat the Kavu instead. That might be the line instead, yeah. Bolt. I'll sack in response just to make you sweat. Phase change. Plain Swamp Forest. Kavu will discard a card and draw a card. Down to 14. End step and draw. A second Myco. We're going to Lab Imprint Devourer. I'm going to K command ramp and exile the Kavu while they're tapped down. And done. Kavu down. Heat's online. Next turn we can kick a Myco. Heat now clears everything in their deck. There's a Scion. Go to end step. 1 card left in hand. Heat the Scion. Scion down. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will go Wooded Foothill fetch for a forest. No reason to discount. Oh, I guess actually it'll be Stomach Ground Shock. Somehow I've gone through all of our forests, Jesus. I have no basics in my deck right now. Christ. Hit the Triumph or hit the Vents? Vents takes them off of blue. I think we go... Vents off blue is really good, though. They'll leave them with 3. So that'll be 6, 7. Or 6, 7, 8. Not enough for the Silent Draco, though, right? Yeah, I think Vents hits Charmal as well, so yeah, this is right. Now we can go for whatever. We even can go for Ghost Quarter. Ooh, hold up. We can go for Ghost Quarter. I think they only have 2 basics. Plains Mountain. Probably don't want to do it right away because if they fetch into a mountain, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to grab the Ghost Quarter here. Nothing in yard that we want for shifting. So we'll go for Ghost Quarter and pass. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. And that there will lock us in for the top 8. In retrospect, we may have actually wanted to kick the Triome, Ghost Quarter the Steam Vents. Because, oh no. That still would have given the opportunity for a double red. So no, I think what we did was correct, and then we Ghost Quarter the Triome when we're good. Ooh. All right. Well, we were able to get there. Our only loss was to Nathan the Guilt Leaf on Titan. And that was not due to the deck, that was due to my own personal misplay. But as per usual, we lose and we learn. But this will lock us in for top 8. We'll be back for the quarterfinals in just a little bit. All right, and we're back for the quarterfinals of today's challenge. We are playing against our quarterfinals opponent, and they are on Affinity. Almost completely forgot to unpause the recording. That would have been unfortunate. Opening hand had Ice Till, but no way to accelerate into it early enough. This hand has acceleration, but no castables. So we're really hoping we find something off the top here. Rumble, Ice Till, Mycospawn, K Command. We have plenty of hits. It just comes down to whether or not we see them here in the first 2 draws. Fiery Islet. And Pinnacle Emissary. Do you dump your hand? Bobble. EE. So what this tells me is they likely do not have weapons in hand, but instead are angling for the Kappa. I mean, this reads like a turn 2 Kappa to me. K Command is solid. I'm going to imprint Ugin. Well, shit, this is weird. I'm tempted to imprint Ugin, but we might be able to resolve the Ugin before we resolve the Emrakul. The thing is, the Emrakul, for the Ugin, there's so much work to be done in order to get rid of the Kappa. Yeah, we're going to tuck the Ugin, cast the Talisman, and pass. Also, we might even tuck both of them, so we have K Command X equals 3 next turn. There's also some thought to K Command 0 and exile a drone to keep him off a Kappa on 2, but I don't know if that really slows him down enough. We'll pass in full. Do you have the Kappa on 2? All you need is a land or a 0-mana artifact, and you got it. If you had another 0-mana artifact, you would have played it last turn, so you would have to draw into it. The land, though, it's more likely you have in hand. There's Horrific Springs, Bolt for Kappa, would be my guess. Springleaf Drum. That's mana neutral. So you could still have Kappa here. Uh-huh. There's Kappa. Okay. Alright, early Kappa. We'll draw. Commercial District. Ugin Lab. Imprint, Emrakul, K Command, Ramp, and Scry Draw. X equals 3. There's K Return Ice Till. We could Ice Till. It's actually kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ice Till might be the move. Bottom, bottom, top and draw, and pass. Because we're going to have to probably rely pretty heavily on the yard. rather than the board because of this EE. If they really want to deny me the Emrakul, they can. 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn we can play Ugin, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure that'll be enough is the problem. We'll hold. I also have to keep in mind that they could have Metallic Rebuke. So our best plan might just be trying to go for the Ice Till, ramping to try and get this Emrakul prior to us just getting clocked. They can play Pinnacle Emissary this turn, so they have the Spring Leaf. Now trigger the Kappa. Otherwise, I probably will just block the Kappa. Mitigate 5 damage. Go for the Ice Till. And try and ramp to the Emrakul. Yep, there's the weapons manufacturing. Okay. You have an artifact. You have another Kappa? No. No, you don't have enough. Okay, drum. Still not great. Trigger. Yield all. 0 in hand. This is, what, 8 damage down to 12? Ooh. That's tricksy. Yep, 8 damage, down to 12. Next turn they can make Kappa unblockable up to 8 minimum. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we're not dead yet, but it's not looking good. We draw. Bob will target me. We draw. Temple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short on the Emrakul. The problem now is that if they play Pinnacle Emissary, they trigger up to 9, 10 damage, which means we physically can't play the Ice Still. If we do, we lose. I'm gonna go Ugin then. I don't like this, but I think it's right. 2, 5, 6, 7. We exile the weapons because we can't get through the ward of the Kappa. Ugin will go down. There's no doubt about that, but it'll give us an entire turn, I believe. Ooh, hello, friend. I will pass. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still 3 short of Emrakul. If Ugin somehow sticks the turn, then we might be able to, but I'm pressing X to doubt on that one. Ugin should be their priority kill. We'll pass. I imagine they just play the Pinnacle Emissary from exile and then clock the Ugin for 9. Yeah, if Ugin lives, but I just don't foresee a world where they allow Ugin to live. And it just seems unrealistic. Because if they play Pinnacle Emissary, clock me for what? 8, 9, 9? Yeah, no. Yeah, the benefit of the Ugin is we get another turn out of it, or get another turn out of them clocking the Ugin. Basically, Ugin was buy a turn, draw a card, which is fine in this instance. Better than the alternative just losing, because we can potentially go Misty, Ice Till, and try and ramp to the Emrakul. There's Saga. There's Pinnacle Emissary. So we'll probably take one here. And Ugin will be down, would be my guess. Closet Gix. So we'll take 2. I guess theoretically we could take 4 down to 11. And the thing is, they're guaranteed an artifact because of Saga. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of the out here. I think our only out, because they're definitely going to clock the Ugin, would be for us to hit a Rumble and hit the perfect 4. We'd bump up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think our only hope is literally hit Rumble, hit the perfect 4. We would literally have to hit the perfect 4. Otherwise, I don't foresee us winning this game. Turn 2 Kappa just too good. And we had a turn 3 Ugin, which is fantastic in almost every matchup. So I can't really complain too much. Opponent did lose connection. Seemsly is rejoining. I'm not sure if they're having connectivity issues or what. So what we'll do is we'll pause and be back once they have passed priority. All right, opponent pass priority. We'll pass in full. So Kappa at Ugin. Opponent almost put Kappa at me, which would have given me the game, but unfortunately no such luck. So I think our best bet here is the Rumble and the perfect 4. We draw. Return. Return doesn't cut it. The problem is here is Kappa plus the munitions. I mean, they have the 13 they need to win, right? Because they can make Cap unblockable. We can Ice Till, sure. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, too short. We are too short. Is there a world where Ice Till gets us there? We fetch, go down to 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 7, mill over, what, 2 more cards? Even if they're perfect hits, and we increase the types from 3 to 6, we would have 1, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think. So I don't think there's a world where it happens, but let's try. So Misty Rainforest fetch. We start there for a forest. We cast Ice Till. We play Misty Rainforest. We mill. Up to 4. We fetch Misty Rainforest for a forest. We mill. 5. 6, 7. No, because we already played a land. So if we had found the temple earlier, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, still short. Still short. All right, we'll concede. We shall concede. Lost for game 1. Let's go to sideboard. We bring in Fade from History, Vexing Bauble, and Dismember. We can cut the Ice Till package. Let's look at our opponent's list. They are not playing Emery, so we can cut the Bajuka Bog, Gemstone, and probably at least a Ghost Quarter. We could drop an Emrakul and the Ghost Quarter and bring back in 2 Ice Tills, but I don't think that's necessary. I really don't like Trinisphere in this matchup. On the play, it's a little bit better, but the fact of the matter is it's played on turn 2 at earliest, which means that if they dump their hand prior to it, the Trinisphere is just a dead card since it doesn't affect Improvise. I think we run it back like this, though. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Because they're either dump their hand on 1 with Pinnacle Emissary, or they're sandbagging for 2 for weapons factory. Manufactory. Either ways. That's kind of what they're going for. So they dump it on 1 before you land our Trinisphere, then Trinisphere is just a dead card, which kind of sucks. I think the 3 Fades will help carry Vexing Bauble on 1. We just need to see the right cards. Does opponent play Consign on the side? Of course they do, right? 3 Consign. I mean, definitely can buy us time if they don't have the Emissary, sure. But I don't know. I don't know what's good enough. The alternative is to drop the K returns. The alternative is that if they drop Emissary on 1. So we either go... Here's the thought process. We either keep the K returns, and we sweep the board after they Emissary, or we keep the Trinisphere and hope they don't Emissary. So there's that give and take, right? The K returns help stop a Kappa. The Trinisphere helps stop weapons. So I personally would prioritize the Kappa. That'd be my take, at least. On the play for game 2, there's Bauble on 1. We keep this all day, every day. Reveal Devourer. Trigger. We find... We don't have a second green source, but we grab the Fade. 1000% grab the Fade. There's no world where I don't. I mean, we're going to play the Stomping Ground Shocked on 2 anyways. I think we still go Lab, Imprint 1, and Bauble. Pass. And pass. Fiery Islet, do you have the Pinnacle Emissary? They don't get the spells. Okay, they don't. Either that or they do or they don't want to play. Stomping Ground, Shock, Rumble. Looking for other green source or for some ramp. There's a Talisman of Impulse. I think we go for Temple, though. And go digging with the K command, though they could have a Consign. Though I guess they can consign the Talisman regardless. The other options go for Sprawl. But I think the Temple might make sense here. Give and take. Let's go Temple. And we will hold. And hold. Talisman could bait the Consign, yeah. Saga. Damp Sphere is A-okay. That is A-okay by me, friend. Emrakul. So we're going to play... I guess that we don't need to show them the Sanctum. We'll show them the Temple since I already know about it. We're going to ramp and scry draw here. Is that 2? That is X equals 2. Yeah. And X equals 2. We're going to go digging. Second Vexing Bubble. Emrakul. Honestly, I don't really want either here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go bottom, draw. Lab, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We pass, we hold. Shivan Reef, passing, they can make a construct, that's fine. Sprawl. Play the Sanctum. Yeah, play the Sanctum. Sprawl for green. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold. They'll make a construct. That's fine. They'll probably, if I had to guess, go for a Tormod's Crypt here. We'll see, though. I mean, best case scenario here is they just make another construct. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so at this point, if they don't have a blue source up, we should just win on the spot, I'm pretty sure, unless they go for Tormod's Crypt. They go for Mox Opal? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they have the mana they need for Rebuke and Consign off the Opal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can pay for the Rebuke. We can just fade here, honestly. If we fade 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we might just want to keep the Devour tucked in that case. Yeah. We will go to draw. Lab. Yeah, I think we just fade here. It gets rid of the bobble, which kind of sucks, but I think it is correct in this instance. Because right now we're playing very defensively. I don't know. This kind of is a bit tricksy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The other option is to go Devourer. The problem is that we're playing around both Consign and Rebuke, and Fade from History guarantees the resolution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We might be able to draw off the bobble, yeah. I guess actually we can just draw off the bobble. Did they play Force on the side? They do not. No. Okay, so we're good. So, Lab, no Imprint. Confirming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bobble Crack. Draw a card. Ugin's pretty good. I guess actually I should... Yeah, I should do it like that. Fade from History. So we can pay for Rebuke, but Opal and our constructs are down. We'll both get a bear, and I still have my spawns. The thing is, this could potentially set them up for next turn, we'll see. I was right about the rebuke. We'll yield all. So 1, 2, 3, yes. It'll resolve and we'll pass. And pass. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's Boots. Thop. Opal. Dam Sphere number 2. We'll block with a bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, block the bear. We draw. K command. I don't think there's a world where we K command hold here. So lab, no imprint, K command, ramp, and scry draw. We could ramp exile the Ornithopter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exile the Ornithopter does stop the Kappa. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I prioritize the K command, ramp, scry draw, though. X equals 4. Done. Ugin, Mycospawn, land. Have we played a land for turn? We did play the lab. We don't need a second Ugin. So I'm going to say bottom wooded foothills. Actually, do we have a Landing Yard? I do not. So in that case, bottom of the forest, top Myco, top wooded foothills, draw and pass and hold. Five, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I mean, we have the Emrakul guaranteed. We can kick a Mycospawn next turn if we want. They have 3 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to tap down everything for Kappa, yeah? Because of the taxing. They realized it too. If they don't go for it, it means they have something in hand. Noted. Yep, so they must have Consign or Rebuke is my guess. So in that case, I think we just stick with Mycospawn. Wooded Foothill fetch, down to 13. For a forest, kick the Myco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Myco kick the Shivan Reef. Now you can consign to memory this, but I'd be okay with that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd be able to play Kappa next turn, but you wouldn't be able to hold up a blue source. They're pocketing the consign. How many basics do you run? You run 1 snow-covered island. Have we seen that snow-covered island yet? We have not. And we could go for the Ghost Quarter, but I think the Shifting Woodland might be better here. We're going to go for Shifting Woodland. And we'll hold. On end step, we're going to return to Devour to hand. So if you tap out for Kappa, we can then cast Emrakul, Ugin, etc. There's the Kappa. Return Devour to hand. We draw. Okie dokie, friend. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, minus 4, minus 5. So we can't go Ugin into Emrakul. So in that case, I think we just go Emrakul here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Emrakul Sanctum trigger. I'm going to say no for now. And then our turn, comrade. There's Consign, there's Rebuke, there's all the things. Draw. Saga, don't want to see Saga. We'll go to main. So we can play Haywire Might. We can then consign it. No, we can't consign the Might. But we can play the Might and then exile the Damp Sphere or the Opal with it. Otherwise, I could just crack the Islet with the Opal, denying them blue. Another option. Regardless, we're going to first go to combat and attack with Kappa. I'm going to block with the Emrakul. Kappa is down. I think going Might... I guess we could also play Saga. I actually kind of like this idea. Play Saga. Trigger. We can then cast Might with Saga. Yes. Might target Saga for green. Saga down. All Mishra's Bauble target you. You both see it's a Spire Bluff Canal. And at this point, we will pass. And pass. There's Spire Bluff. They have Consign, Rebuke, EE. We draw. There's Devourer. Because of the Damp Spheres taxing, we couldn't have played Might, Consign, and Rebuke, unfortunately. I think we would have been a little bit tight on mana there. Swing for 16. We should block the Thop. They choose not to. In that case, I'm going to play the Talisman. And on their upkeep, I'm going to Shifting Woodland, target my Vexing Boblin Yard. Draws the Fiery Islet. Down to 1 still. Bauble. Green, green, 1, 2. And pass. I guess I should have had it untapped on the off chance. Fiery Islet. Draws a card. And passing. Lethal is on board. We'll go to combat. Swing and swing. And that should be GG's. Blocks the Thop. It has trample damage. Opponent dies. Win for game 1 or game 2. Let's go to game 3. Okay. Well, we'll bring back in the Gemstone, trim a Rumble, and run it back. I mean, there's Bauble, Fade. The thing is, we're light on mana, but we can always draw into it. We'll keep. Reveal, we'll pass. Spurific Springs, Bolt. Do you dump your hand on 1? You do. was hoping that you wouldn't, and that you might be going for weapons play, but no such luck. Is that it? Memnite. So now you have Rebuke and can sign up. EE1 for Bobble. Yep. As one downside of Bobble, they can EE through it. Trigger. Their Shifting Woodlands return. We need double green here. We could go Talisman, but it risks getting countered, so I think we go Woodland here. Yeah. Bobble on 1, pass. And pass. So we're angling just for this Fade at this point. Fade or bust. The benefit of the Talisman, of course, would be that we get to then potentially play the K command, but then we need to find a soul land off top at this point. There goes the Vexing Bauble. We saw that coming, but it taxes them a turn. I'll take 4 down to 16. We draw their Sprawl. That's actually perfect timing. We'll say 4 green in case they have a Blood Moon. Do they have a Blood Moon in their sideboard? They do not. I think we'll still go green regardless. Actually, we'll go red. We'll go red. And pass. And pass. I need them to tap out though. I really do not want this Fade getting countered. Down to 11. Draw. I mean, yeah, we're here to Fade from History. Fade from History. They can't rebuke it. And they're down to 1 land. Alright. Let's see if we can draw into lands. Want to trade bears? There's Memnite. We draw. Sprawl. We'll take it, but what I really need right now is a soul land. Actually, anything that generates colorless, honestly. We'll pass. Memnite down to 10. We draw. That's concerning. We'll pass. Land. So they have Rebuke mana up if they don't attack, but I don't think they don't. Paying cost for weapons. That's also concerning. Down to 9, we draw. Christ. Here we go again. Fade. Pass. Pass. They find a land. I'd like to find lands too, please. Is that too much to ask for? Lands? Yeah? Pinnacle Emissary. Trade bears. Can I find a soul land, please? Not what I wanted. Tapped. Pass. Pass. I need a soul land for the love of God. Boots. Equip Boots the drone. Swing for 4. Down to 5. They have Consign mana up. Sorry, 5 down to 4. Lethal's on board. We draw. I swear to God, if you have a Consign the Memory in your godforsaken hand... Ramp Exile? Pinnacle Emissary? Right? That's our only real option? I mean, we can block the Pinnacle Emissary. We could ramp, block the Pinnacle Emissary instead. Ramp exile the drone, block the Pinnacle Emissary, but the problem is that they can just boots a drone. So I think getting... Actually, I think I have to go for the drone. And the stupid reason is nothing in my hand right now deals with these drones. Oh, you gotta be joking me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We could theoretically play an Emrakul. I think I have to ramp and go for the drone. I think I have to. Ugh. If you have a consign, I lose, though. X equals 4 and pray. Ward 1. I forgot about the fucking Ward 1. Yield all. Just show me the consign, please. Just cast consign. Please. So I can feel better. Thank you. Oh, thank you, opponent. And then it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. Yield all. No. And we scoop. That would have been such a piss poor way to lose. Thank God the opponent had the consign. Thank effing God. But also, like, dude, we just kept on drawing into brick after brick. All I needed was a soul land for so long to be able to do anything meaningful. We just could not find it for the life of us. That's so unfortunate. As soon as the trigger came up for the Ward 1, I went, no way I lose to this. I completely forgot about the ward. The funny part is that the drone is like covering it, but like every time I forget about that Ward 1 on that godforsaken boots. Those godforsaken boots, I just forget about the ward every time. It just doesn't come up as often as it should, but when it does, it just always breaks me. On the bright side, lessons learned. Boots have ward. Pay attention. On the downside, we lost even through 1 Vexing Bauble and 2 Fade from Histories. Is there a world where I should have sandbagged the Vexing Bauble? I mean, knowing that they had the EE, is there a world where we sandbag the Vexing Bauble to play after the first Fade? Now, mind you, we needed the Utopia Sprawl in order to get to 4. So if they would have EE'd the Sprawl to keep me off of Fade. Yeah, the other option was to sandbag the second Fade. The issue I had with sandbagging the second Fade was the weapons. Since they had weapons on board, by waiting on the Fade, there's a very real chance that we were going to eat multiple munitions, which would have equated to, I don't know, 2 to 4 damage, which I think is significant. So I feel like we had to get rid of the munitions before they could capitalize off of it, especially if they played the Emissary. Because they go Emissary 0 mana, then it's 4 damage on board, and I go, cool, I can't Fade now? So I don't know. I think we just unfortunately kept on drawing into nothing but bricks, whether it be Utopia Sprawl, whether it be 7 mana value spells that we just couldn't play. All the while, I imagine that our opponent was just sandbagging that consign. They have no reason to cast it the entire time. Yeah. Yeah. The fact that we found the temple just so late is what caught us there, I want to say. So unfortunate. Alrighty, though. Well, you win some, you lose some, you make mistakes, and you learn from them. Our only two losses today against Affinity. I definitely would say game 3 came down to variance more than anything. I think we had a solid start into Vexing Bauble, or with Vexing Bauble into Fade. I think that was reasonably a good keep. I think that unfortunately we just didn't see anything after that. We just saw Sprawl, Fade, Sprawl. We finally got to cast the K command. We absolutely punted with the Ward Boots. Thankfully, our opponent had the Consign to make us feel better. So it wouldn't have mattered anyways, but here's your reminder that a creature that has Lava Spur Boots equipped to it has Ward 1, because I sure as hell forget about that way too often. Early loss, of course, against Amulet Titan, which honestly we probably could have won. Obviously, it was in Swiss, so technically it didn't really matter too much, since we still made top 8 regardless, but we definitely could have won that game 3 if we had Ghost Core the Crumbling Vestige. I think we kind of thought ourselves into a box and thought that we had to hold it up for something else, not realizing about getting rid of the Crumbling Vestige. It would have cut them short on mana for Scape Shift. So I think it definitely was the right call to Ghost Quarter that, and we unfortunately punted that away. But again, you lose, you learn, you play better next time. That being said, though, that there will be the end of tonight's stream as well as MTGO Challenge. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you're enjoying the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST. Though, for the next week, I will be live Sundays through Thursdays at 12 p.m. CST. Though I think today, Sunday, December 28th, I'll be live at 10 p.m. CST. So, just a heads up there. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon, where you can find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said, though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!